Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Liz and welcome back to Age of Engineering. In the last episode, we were working with Mechanism, just starting to get things ready for automation and all that kind of fun stuff, as well as making the thermal evaporation controller and the thermal evaporation plant, and something I think I mentioned last time, I don't remember, but I'm going to mention it again, is that this thing does work on ambient temperatures. But if we want more heat, we can do a couple things. I believe you can actually pump heat into this thing, but alternatively, you can set up some advanced solar generators so that it produces its own heat. And that is what we're going to probably end up doing at some point. We have a lot of work to do with this stuff, though. And I've done a little bit of it off camera. One of the big things is getting everything set up for automation with Applied Energistics, and for that I was able to get these, 8 machines? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 machines, because the precision sawmill is not going to be automated, but 8 different machines, completely automatable, with only 5 interfaces. And the way we're going to do it is 2 of the metallurgic infusers are going to be attached to one interface each, and I have them set up ready to kind of be fully configured. We're going to have autocrafters for that kind of stuff. We'll need one for the enrichment chamber, that one specifically, and yeah, the enrichment chamber, and then the smelter, and then the crusher and the osmium compressor can also be put on one, because the only things I think we're going to need from the crusher is biofuel as well as silicon. So fairly straightforward on that. And we'll kind of work on that a little bit today, I think. But one thing I want to do, one thing we're going to need to do is set up the painting machine, which I put back over here. And we're going to have to get some different things for that, so we can get some cable facades and all that fun stuff. But today's episode, we're going to focus on a couple of different things. So one, I want to work on the Applied Energistics system just a little bit more. One of the big things is we have this. We're going to want to make this I think we're going to go down to the floor. And probably not go into the floor, because that would make too much sense, but we can at least go down to the floor, and that's going to require what? This is 3 blocks, so 3, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 more controllers. So let's go ahead and see if we can make that. The system should know how to make Applied Energistics controllers. Can we make 16? We need some skystone blocks, but that's it. So I can handle that. Let's take a half a stack and let's go over to our energized smelter, because why not? And eventually we'll make this a factory. It'll be even better. Everything will be great. But the other thing we're going to work on today is starting making some of the thermal working on the thermal evaporation plant, specifically to get, we're going to get gaseous brine. We're going to turn the gaseous brine into liquid brine, and then we're going to turn that into lithium. And then the lithium, I believe, we need for something, and I got to remember what. Lithium is used to make, oh right, tritium and the solar neutron activator. This thing only does that. That's the only thing it does. And so we're going to make a couple of those, and we're going to get tritium, because tritium is used with heavy water, deuterium. So we take heavy water, we electrolytic separate it into deuterium, and then tritium and deuterium make DT fuel, which is one of the things we're going to need a bit of. So this is really slow. It'll be faster later. We can make upgrades and all that kind of fun stuff. But I think the alloy smelter is not only going to be faster, but also a lot quieter. So how many, if we want to make 16 controllers, we need 28 more. Which I think we'll need a little bit more skystone, but that's not too big of a problem. So yeah, that's kind of the plan for today. We're going to work on getting that kind of stuff. I want to automate the solar generators, the advanced solar generators, because we need those to make the creative capacitors. So we might as well have that automated. Now, that is going to require a few blank patterns. Can we get like... Wow, we do not have much glowstone. And we don't get glowstone from this. We get it from this guy. Alright, well, we can fly now. So let's go get some glowstone. I wasn't anticipating that. But it's fine. Let's get a ring of magnetism on. And we can fly around. So the nether is no longer a concern. Let's just head in there. And go grab some glowstone, because that's something we're kind of low on. We can't get it otherwise. Same with, like, what's it called? The other stuff that's really important in the nether. Quartz. We can easily go get quartz. Actually, I think we're going to probably drill the stuff, and then we can do as we need to. We can also get all the bentonite ore that we could ever want. But yeah, so let's grab some glowstone. And yeah, just to fly around and get all this stuff is super simple now. No major concerns. But yeah, once we have the solar generators automated, like that's kind of step one in a sense. And basically the plan is going to be, we're going to slowly, and we can also use this, we have what, 4.5 stacks almost. We'll just teleport back home, and I'll go get more glowstone later. That was just so we can have a little bit today. But one of the big things is we're going to kind of slowly, over time, start working on getting everything automated. It's going to be a process, and I've said this for many of episodes, but it's going to be a process. Let's make 20 of those. And this is all done. So we can make the controller and get 16 of those. Cool. So the nice thing is once you have everything kind of automated, everything goes a little bit easier. And we got to remember that this room is eventually going to house all of our auto crafting. So it's going to have the handful of... We're going to put the structures that are the... what are they called? The crafting, these guys. Crafting storage. We're going to have some major ones of those that are also going to have coprocessors and all that. And then we'll have all of these guys types of things. So there's a lot of work to be done with Applied Energistic, and I need to just kind of do a lot more of it. But 20 blank patterns, we should be able to start working on the solar generators. So this is the problem. The solar generator requires steel. And steel is... I forgot I was making those. I'll be honest. Steel is not the easiest thing in the world to get a lot of quickly. So real quick, we are going to fly over here and see if we have any steel in immersive engineering. Now immersive engineering, I don't plan on doing... Yeah, we don't have any steel over here. I don't plan on doing too much with that because Mechanism can make steel a lot easier. And you know what? Let's go ahead and clean this up. Just that. We'll leave that because I'm probably going to end up using those because it does look nice. But yeah, so we're going to need to teach the system how to make steel, and all that kind of fun stuff. So Emmy Controllers, still making those. And so we'll want to do something for that. Getting a block of steel isn't too big of a deal, but we do have them because I believe that's one of the blocks I have in here. And we currently have 11 blocks of steel, so that is good enough. Now the enriched alloys are also going to be automated. I will kind of deal with that off camera, getting all of this stuff worked on and whatnot. So what else do we need? Well, we need void crystals, empowered void crystals. So we can make void crystals, but we're going to change the recipe for that. So if we look up void crystals, we're going to change this recipe so that we can do a block of coal will get lasered. And I already fixed this, so it will immediately. We'll tell it to pick up the blocks of void crystals. And we'll teach it that, and then we'll teach it that these guys can be turned into those. So, and that will be something that I'll probably put back in there later, because it's not super important right now. So that is that. And then we're also going to need the void crystals. Oh man. That might require us to have another. Do we want to have... We're probably going to need another one of these. Alternatively, we could do other things, but we could set up all the automation for this. Not too difficult to do. Whitelist void crystal blocks, extract the empowered ones. I guess for now we can take the prismarine out. And something that we probably need to do is patterns. Any patterns we're not ready to use, we just put in here, and then we'll get back to them later. So if we want to empower void crystals, we're going to need coal coke, necrotic bones, ink sacs, and black quartz. So coal coke we do have. We have a good bit of that, and we can always make more. So let's get a couple stacks of that just to put into the system. The necrotic bones, I'm not sure how many of those we actually have. We have 2. Alright, and then black quartz is easy. We have plenty of that. And then ink sacs are also kind of rare. Now here's a question. Ink sacs with not usage recipe. Obviously killing squids or crushing up black wool. Okay, so that tells me there's none of the necrotic bone. Let's see if we have any more over here. We currently have blaze and enderman spawners. So eventually we'll want to have a wither skeleton spawner, and that will give us access to more wither bone, nether bones, necrotic bones. That's what they're called. I just read that. So that's kind of a pain, but we can at least get this automated. So black quartz, ink sac, coal coke, void crystal, and necrotic bones will give us what we need. And so the next thing to do is go underneath. We can put that in there, and it should go off to where it needs to go. And then we just need to set up this stuff. So I don't think... Let's just check all these guys. We'll put black quartz here. Ink sac. coal coke, and then necrotic bone. And so theoretically we put all these in here and it will start processing. And then we'll need to teach the system how to make the individual empowered. Actually, we need the void crystal blocks, so we don't need to do the individuals. I don't know if these are useful for much. Nope, shock absorbers, and that's not really anything I care about. So this is all we'll have to do. But once that's done, we'll have that taken care of. So what else are we going to need to be making? The energy tablets are a pain, and I need to teach the system fully how to make those. So let's see if we have the Emmy Controllers. Oh, it's out of... Oh, right. I forgot about that. Redstone. Oh, man. I still need to set up a lot of things. I unfortunately didn't have much time to prep between episodes. I'm recording this day of, so it's unfortunate. I kind of ran out of time, but just put a stack in there. It'll be fine. I think I only want 16 in there at any time, so we'll just get the rest of them underneath. Where's my entrance? Oh man, I need to make this area nice, and that's something I've considered. Is maybe doing an episode where we just kind of make this place look a little bit better. But I don't know. Like work on all the buildings, or I might just do it off camera. Either way. Anyways, these small stones, we'll keep some of them here. Eventually I will probably attach, like hook up this storage system over here to the main one, and when I do, there's going to be a handful of things that will get removed. So like the obsidian and the diamonds and emeralds, because we'll have those over there. Nether stars, things that we'll use. This will just have everything that's just calculator. And still seeing if we get any of the super rare things. Anyways, so the energy tablets are a pain to make. The solar panels are also going to be a pain to make. Wow, this requires a lot of things. Cadmium plates. So that's something we're going to need to make. Anyways, this is done. So void crystal blocks taken care of. Let's go ahead and put that in the filter so that it can remove it, and then tell the system about it. Cool. I still need to make that floor and all that kind of stuff. There's a lot of work to do. This series is gonna take a little bit longer to kind of finish, but that'll give me time to kind of make sure everything is looking good. So yeah, that is that. Now here is kind of an important question. I don't believe... Okay, I do already have the energy tablets known how to make. We're missing energy modules and 10 item casings. That is not too big of a problem, just because that is stuff that will eventually, again, get kind of worked on to be automated. I just need to hook up basically all of the automation we've kind of been setting up, and then hopefully everything will just work. And we're going to run into some problems, and this is something I kind of want to talk about real quick, but I figure it's going to be very easy to fix, so it's not that important. We are going to want to take this out for a moment. So sometimes, like for example this guy, the Empower, we're going to run out of space. We do not have any energy modules. Great. How do we make those? We're going to need 2 of them. Purified coal and power cubes. Is this purified? No, that is enriched. Okay, then how do we get the purified coal? Enriched and gold. Which I also don't have any over here. So let's get some enriched gold. Yeah, I definitely need to hook that up to the main system, and that'll be something I kind of just work on. Enriched gold. Okay, so let's just get the gold. Should be able to craft 2 of those, presumably. Do I still have a furnace downstairs? I do. And then we're going to need, we'll go use our dynamic calculator over here. And that's a stone separator. Did I never make the dynamic calculator? I might not have. Let's use our flawless calculator. And it's these purified energy modules. Alright, cool. So yeah, just kind of working on getting all this stuff to complete is going to be a big step forward. So with that, we should be able to make the energy tablets. At least one of them for now. And it's going to do that. Perfect. And then all we'll need is the solar panels. And so cadmium plates, we're going to need to make cadmium. So we're going to need to cook up the powdered cadmium. I'm going to do that later, automation-wise. But for now, we're just going to smelt those up. We actually only need 3 right now. Actually, no, we don't. We need 9. So I'm going to have to go mine a bunch, probably. Which, again, is not that big of a deal. And then we're going to turn one of these into a plate. And this is something else that's probably going to require us to get more. Yeah, I'm going to need another interface. And that's actually okay. So this is only going into that. So if we take those out, we put a cadmium there, and then grab an interface. Now the question is, I think we have enough. I think we have enough channels here. Yes, we do. We have more than enough. So all we'll have to do is take a single conduit, hook it up like so, get back up there, which is a little bit of a pain, I will be honest. I wish this mod pack had elevators. That's one of the biggest things I wish this had. And I could install the elevator mod into this, but I don't want to. And then that will be an insert. And so this should get extracted out. And we can make more plates. And I think that's actually what this is. Yeah, bronze plates. So more plates. Cadmium plates. So now that that is known how to make, we can fly over here just because it's going to be easier. And it'll do the same thing. So this is how you set up more recipes for the same machine. You just add more interfaces. And sometimes it's a little bit more complicated than that. But if you have the room, if you have the space, which we can always make, basically all these buildings are going to have basements. Most of them. Some of them won't, like the smeltery, the tinker stuff doesn't need a basement. But most of these will, so we'll always have room to do that kind of stuff. So, with that made, the next thing we can do is the photovoltaic cells requires mirrors. Now, those are not known how to craft yet, so we'll have to teach that. And does it have to be blue? I think it does. glass panes. Yeah, it has to be blue glass. So, you know what? I'm going to do that off camera. I'll set all that stuff up. But we can at least get this. Make one of those. And then if we go get some enriched alloys, which I think I have some still sitting over here. No? Okay. Let's get a few. It's raining. Iron. And we will get one redstone. And I think I'm going to do it in order. So this will be the redstone. Which will just mean that I'll have to eventually get this taken care of. But yeah, that'll be fine. Let's actually do one more in here. Make all these factories. That is going to be important. But we only need one enriched alloy for now. I'll go grab the others later. That's cool. And then that will make those. And so these are just normal crafting recipes. We should be able to put these in here. We'll take that out for right now. And can we make one solar panel? We're missing just literally one enriched alloy, which we should have quite a few. And one thing I should mention, by the way, is coming up with all the storage things. What all we're going to end up storing is going to be kind of a challenge because we're going to need a lot of blocks of different types, and whether or not I actually want that cobblestone back. What was it? Was it just stone? Yes. Put it in there. Figuring out what all to put in there is actually going to be kind of hard. Like, do we want to put the enriched alloys in there? Because we're going to have quite a few of them. Maybe. I don't know. Anyways, let's get the solar panel. It'll be able to make that. And then, theoretically, once we have one of those, we can teach the system how to make the solar generators. Now, we're not going to be able to craft those right away, but it is going to be something we can make eventually. So that will give us all that. So while we're working on that, let's do one more thing today, at least start things, and that is we're going to want some steel casings. We're going to want like 5 of these. Can we make 5? We certainly can. Alright, there's the solar thing. So we should be able to make the solar generators automatically now. So I'm going to just put this in here. Everything there is automated. We're just going to have to... I need to set up the calculator automation and the IC2 and the mechanism stuff. I need to set up all the automation for all that stuff in order to do this. But we should have the Emmy Controllers. And we're going to go ahead and set these guys up how I want them while we're waiting for the other thing. So, yeah, so we're just going to do something like this. And that is unfortunately not allowed to be like that. And we have one extra. Oh, right here. Cool. So this is going to be our like Emmy controller. I don't know that we're going to go any larger than this, but we'll see. Okay, everything is up and running again. Good. Probably shouldn't have done that while I was auto crafting, but oh well. So yeah, that is that. Nice little structure. Should be good. And what we're going to do is we need the steel casings. We have one of them. We're going to make a electric pump. So that's osmium, some enriched alloys, and a bucket. Not too bad. With this, we're also going to get a filter upgrade, which needs what? tin. Tin dust. Alright, so we can easily come over here and grind that up. Get some tin powder. And we're going to make a filter upgrade. So the electric pump. And then we're going to want some sort of storage for this. So fluid tank, I guess, would work. What's the mechanism tanks? So there is basic, and then they're upgradable. And then the creative ones, which we don't want to get, we can't get yet. Those have 14. We'll go ahead and do that for now. So what is this thing all about? Well, we're going to make an artificial lake right over here. Nothing too major. We're just going to, I might make it look nicer later, but we're just going to get a little bit of water over here. And I got to remember how this actually works. It's been a little bit since I've done this. Way back when I did the regrowth mod pack. So it's been a while. But I think these go over. Let's grab the dirt, I guess. And we want to put the filter upgrade. And then this is going to require some power. And we should be able to put this, I don't think it goes in the water itself. I think we have some cables right in here. Yep. By the way, the universal cables, stainless steel and redstone, these things can be upgraded fairly easily, and they store a lot, or like transfer a lot more power whenever they are. So, man, I gotta remember how these work. Fluid pumps. Shift M. Alright, I think they might actually need, it might need to be in the water itself. It still has the filter upgrade. Oh, man. Or does it have to be a larger thing of water? Might need to be a larger thing of water. Let's get our configurator, because it's annoying to break those off. Okay. So what if we put it out like here? So it's not, oh, it's not getting power either. So we have output on the top. Let's do it on this side as well. And it's getting heavy water. So that is what we wanted to see. It's pumping out heavy water. And I think, yeah, we're getting very, very little heavy water. Now, in order to turn that into anything, it's going to take a lot of heavy water. So we're probably going to want multiple of these pumps. And it won't actually, like, use up anything. But as you see, it's just going to kind of constantly pump heavy water. And that's what we want to see. So we'll kind of get that figured out. We'll put that someplace that makes sense. For now, we're just gonna let it run, because why not? And I am going to call the episode here, actually. So if we want to get the advanced solar generators, which is what we're gonna need, all it requires is platinum and the ultimate control circuits, which is just the upgraded with atomic alloys and tantalum. of the normal control circuit. So it's just a process. It's a lot of crafting. So with that being said, the only other thing is platinum, which we don't have. Platinum we can get from sheldonite ore though. So sheldonite we have a lot of sheldonite, and so we can very easily let's see, we can industrial grind it, we can alloy smelt it, or just smelt it. So I think we're just gonna go ahead and smelt that and get a bunch of platinum. And then with that, the other thing we're going to want to do is take the temple blocks so we can kind of make everything nice. So I'm going to try. I no promises, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to get all of the automation hooked up to the central Emmy controller, and I'm going to kind of clean it up a little bit. I'm going to probably try to get this room cleaned up. We'll need to move these guys eventually. For right now, we might just put them in here. In fact, I think regardless of what we do, the matter receiver will probably be right in here somewhere, maybe in this corner, probably in that corner, just because it makes the most sense. So I'm going to work as hard as I can to get all this stuff done, but we are basically there on making the advanced solar generators. Now, that means we need to make a bunch of other things, and we need to automate a bunch of other things. These things are probably the worst. They require so much iridium. So, yeah, I've got a lot of work to do, but a lot of it is kind of boring automation type stuff. Just setting things up, making patterns, wiring things up, and all that kind of fun stuff. Something else we're going to need to start working towards that we're going to probably want to do sooner rather than later is getting the wither skeletons and the wither automated, and that's going to be fun. So we've got a lot of work to do, and I don't know what we're going to do next time. We'll probably step away from Mechanism for a little bit, but definitely need to start looking into getting all the gases, all the liquids that we're going to need for the creative items, as well as we need to start working in Draconic Evolution. That is the other big thing. And kind of with that, real quick, there is the crafting injectors, the fusion crafting, and that is gonna be a pain to make because we need wither diamonds and the draconic core. So once I automate the refined obsidian and get the calculator stuff automated, that'll be a little bit easier. So yeah, I'm gonna work as hard as I can to get as much stuff automated. Between this episode and next, maybe we'll upgrade some systems. Maybe we will, I don't know. We'll figure something out. But that is going to be it for today's episode. We can automate the solar generators now. It's just a matter of doing it. So I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you guys in the next episode. Bye!